The name of my speech this time is The Composition of a Well-Made Bed. How many of you actually make your bed in the morning? I know sometimes just getting out of bed and throwing back your sheet and your duvet and calling it done is about all we can do. According to retired U.S. Navy Admiral SEAL William McRaven, he says that this very well could be a habit that you might want to get into because it can change your life. He wrote a book about it, and the name of the book was Make Your Bed, Things That Can Change Your Life. At a commencement speech at Texas University, he was telling the graduates about how important it is just to get up in the morning as soon as you get out of bed, make your bed, because that is the first task of the day that you will have completed. He goes on to say that that one task, as simple as it may be, that one task turns into the pride of having done one, to the pride of having done two. And throughout the day, by the end of the day, when you have finished, you have a whole list of things that you have completed, all just from doing that one thing of making your bed. According to a poll that was done by OnePoll, that was commissioned by the Sleepopolis, which is a sleep research site, they said that you can actually tell a lot about a person's personality by whether they make their bed or not. Generally, people who make their bed in the mornings, they're morning people. They are they are confident, sociable, but they can also be high maintenance. Non-bed makers can be moody. They can be curious, but also or sometimes very sarcastic. It helps to, making your bed in the morning helps to reinforce the importance of life's finer things. We all want fine things in our lives. This is one thing that will get you there, to make you feel on top of the world. The report went on to say that, if you can't do this one simple thing in the morning by making your bed, if you can't do the simple things, how are you going to do the more difficult things? If you can't do a simple thing well, how are you going to do a difficult thing well? The first thing I'm going to show you is when you make your bed, is that you need to put down a mattress cover. Whether it's in the summer or in the winter, always put down a mattress cover. The one I like to use, especially now in the summer, is it's a gel insulated mattress cover. It's poly and cotton on the outside and underneath, and inside has a layer of gel, which is wonderful to keep you cool. When you're making your bed, first you need to have plenty of room to be able to do so. Make sure that the corners are well tucked under. One of the nice things about having a king size bed, doesn't matter which way you put the sheet on, it's square. It's square both ways. Okay. Make sure that your corners are on the corner of the mattress. It's easiest to do opposite corners first. A lot of people get concerned about thread count of their sheets and pillowcases. It doesn't really matter anymore. Maybe at one time it did, but it doesn't matter anymore, because what's more important is not the thread count, but the actual threads themselves, what they're made out of. The best sheets, best mattress covers are poly cotton mix. At one time it was thought that Egyptian cotton was the best, a high thread count. And thread count means the amount of threads per inch in the weave of the sheets. So you need to get this nice and square, because that's all part of making the better bed. And make sure it's tucked under nice and neatly all around. Oh, going back to the thread count. Thread count has to do with the amount of threads per inch. So if it's 1,000 thread count, you have 1,000 threads woven per inch. It's a lot of threads. The next thing that goes on the bed is the fitted sheet. And you put it on pretty much the same way you do the mattress cover. It's easiest to go diagonal corners, just because it's easiest to get them straight. And always make sure that your seam side is underneath. We were talking about the thread count and Egyptian cotton. Another thing that's more important than that, even is I was saying what the sheet is actually made out of, whether it's a cotton, all cotton, or a cotton poly blend. You've heard, I'm sure most people have heard about percale. It's not so much what the fibers of the bed are made from. Percale is, and sateen, it's all about the weave, the webbing, and the weft of the weave. On percale sheets, it's one thread over the weft, one thread under the weft. It's kind of like knotted. It makes a very strong fiber. On sateen, it's 4 threads over the weft, all the way across the first row. On the second row, it's 4 threads under the weft, and they're offset by the weft itself. So it becomes or creates a very soft, luxurious, satiny type of sheet, which is more pampering oneself. Another way of pampering oneself. That's looking pretty good. after you get the fitted sheet on, now it's time to put on the flat sheet. And if you have this does not have any kind of pattern, but if you have a sheet, if your sheet has a pattern on it, make sure that you put it upside down so that when you pull back your sheets at night, that pretty side is going to show. It'll just make you feel better when you go to bed and when you're sleeping. Okay, very good. When I do this, I like to tuck the bottom in. First you smooth out your sheet, of course, and then you step over the dog. There we go. Nice. If you get it as smooth as you can, this makes for a better night's rest. Okay. On our bed, because it's so big, I like to tuck the sheet under. The tighter the better. Funny story, when my kids were little, they used to have bunk beds. And I was always afraid that they would fall out of their beds. So I tucked them in so tightly at night, they could hardly move. And they'd lay there, "Mom, can you adjust the sheets? I can't breathe." True story. Okay. Now, time to make your hospital corners. This may seem like a insignificant thing, but it's one of those things that just makes you feel good. Now, to make a hospital corner, grab a sheet about 16 inches corner from the corner of the bed. You pull it up, smooth it down, make sure you got a nice crisp corner there. Tuck this part under, fold this part down, make sure you have a nice crisp fold. Tuck it under. I'm not going to do my side of the bed because I kick my feet out on mine. Not necessary. You saw how I did that one. That's okay. Now the next part to go on is the comforter or duvet or blanket, whatever it is that you commonly put on your bed. Make sure you have your sheet covered. smooth it down well. And then fold the top of the blanket or comforter back about foot, 18 inches, however much you have left over after you get your bed all nice and covered. Now the next thing to go on are the pillowcases. You can probably pause now for just a minute while I do this. Okay, this is the last pillow. Sometimes pillowcases can be contrary, so I didn't want to see y'all. I didn't want y'all to see me do that. All right, now the part that you have folded down, you put your pillowcases on top. Pick it up, fold it over the pillows, not just fold it over, but then kind of give it an extra little fluff, and it gives the impression of one long pillow all across the top of your bed, which makes it look very pretty. I sound like Martha Stewart. And very inviting. There we go. Only thing left to do is put on if you have decorative pillows to put on the bed, that adds a lot to the looks and comfort of your bed also. Our cat is not in pain. He's just old and he gets bored. So he cries. Okay. This is it. Maya Angelou said on Oprah Winfrey Show once, she said that your house should rise up to meet you. And I agree, I love that. But I like to think of it in this way. Your house should be your hug. When you come home, it should be full of all those things that make you feel comfortable and give you joy. All those things is your hug. And in all the rooms of your house, this is a room we spend like 26 years of our lives sleeping. Why not make this room very special also? Do like General Admiral William McRaven, make your bed